The letter was from a bank I had never heard of. That's the thing about the way it started. No confrontation, no late-night discovery. Just a Tuesday afternoon, a plain white envelope in the mail, and a name on it that was mine, attached to an account number I didn't recognize. I almost threw it away. I'm the kind of person who reads things before he throws them away. That habit saved me $70,000. My name is Ethan. I'm 38 years old. I work in engineering, infrastructure projects mostly, the kind of work that requires you to check your assumptions twice before anything gets built. Sarah and I met 6 years ago, a friend's dinner party, the kind where you don't expect to stay past 9 and end up leaving after midnight. She was funny in a way that felt unguarded, easy to talk to, the kind of person who made you feel like the conversation had been going on for years already. We moved in together after 2 years. The place we found together, her idea mostly, but I liked it. 3rd floor, good light, close to the park she liked to run in. Sarah had never held a stable job for long. She had reasons for each one. Restructuring, a difficult manager, a project that ended earlier than expected. I didn't think much of it. Some people take longer to find the right fit. I was making enough for both of us, and she was present in other ways. The apartment was always in order, dinners were planned, things worked. I convinced myself that counted as stability too. The letter was addressed to me, my full name, my current address, a bank I had never opened an account with. It was a notification about a line of credit, approved 18 months earlier. The current balance was just under $14,000. In my name, with my information, applied for without my knowledge. I sat at the kitchen table for a while. Sarah was in the other room. I could hear her on the phone, something about meeting a friend that weekend. Normal sounds, normal afternoon. Except I was holding something that didn't fit inside any of it. I remember looking toward the living room doorway and thinking about how many times Sarah had sat at that same table using my laptop. How many times she'd handled the mail before I got home. How many passwords she'd watched me type without me noticing. There are very few people in the world close enough to ruin your life quietly. I didn't go into that room. I folded the letter and put it back in the envelope and slid it into the inside pocket of my jacket. And then I went and made coffee and asked her how her day had been. She said fine, nothing interesting. I said I was glad. That week, I called a financial advisor I had worked with once before. Not a lawyer yet. I wasn't ready to call it what it was. I told him I had received a letter about an account I didn't recognize and asked what I should do. He told me to pull a full credit report. I already knew it wasn't going to be just one account. I was right. 7 accounts. Opened over 4 years. Credit cards, personal loans, one refinanced line of credit. All in my name, all applied for with my personal information, my social security number, my income, my employment history. The total outstanding balance was just under $70,000. 4 years. The first account had been opened 3 months after she moved in, before we had even unpacked everything, before the pictures were on the walls. She had moved in with a plan. I want to be honest about what that felt like. Not anger at first, something quieter. The specific sensation of understanding all at once that the version of your life you believed you were living was not the one that was actually happening. 6 years, 1,000 dinners, 1,000 ordinary evenings on that couch. All of it real, and underneath all of it, something I had never been allowed to see. I spent the next 2 weeks moving carefully. First, I called a lawyer, a woman named Rachel who specialized in financial fraud. She had a way of explaining things without softening them, which was what I needed. She told me the exposure was real, but manageable. She told me what to document and in what order, and she told me the most important thing I could do was move before Sarah had any reason to suspect I had found anything. So, I moved. I opened new accounts at a different bank, changed every automatic deposit, updated every financial contact I had. Every morning, I sat across from Sarah at breakfast while quietly removing her access to my life piece by piece. Sometimes she'd ask if something was wrong. I told her I was tired from work. Looking back, I think those breakfasts were the moment the relationship actually ended. Not the confrontation, not when she moved out. Those mornings. Rachel also helped me document everything chronologically. Every account, every balance transfer, every application date. Once you organize betrayal into a timeline, it stops looking accidental. It starts looking engineered. I told Sarah on a Saturday morning. She was making coffee. I was sitting at the kitchen table, the same table where I had opened that letter 3 weeks earlier. I put a folder on the table. 7 accounts, 4 years, $70,000. Everything Rachel had helped me document, organized in the order it had happened. She looked at the folder for a long time without touching it. Then she said she could explain. I told her I wasn't interested in the explanation. She tried 3 more approaches after that. First, it wasn't as bad as it looked. Second, she had intended to pay it back. Third, she told me I would have never found out if that letter hadn't arrived. That one stayed with me. I let the silence sit between us for a moment. Then I told her, very quietly, very clearly, that the disputes had already been filed, that the accounts were being investigated, and that she had 30 days to make other arrangements. She left in 18. The disputes took 11 months to resolve completely. 6 of the 7 accounts were removed from my credit history. The 7th required another review, but the outcome was the same. My credit score, by the end of it, was higher than it had ever been. Not because of anything dramatic, because careful work tends to compound. I heard through someone we both knew that Sarah had moved in with a family member, that things hadn't been easy financially after that. I didn't feel what I expected to feel hearing it. Mostly just the feeling of finally being able to stop checking everything twice.
There's a kitchen table in my apartment now. Different place, different floor. I picked it out alone, which took longer than it should have. The letter from that bank is still in a folder in my desk. Not as a reminder of what Sarah did, as a reminder of what almost didn't get opened. I'm still the kind of person who reads things before he throws them away. That Tuesday afternoon, that habit saved me $70,000.